Okay. Today we will discuss dbutils. Mm, okay, let's start. No problem. Okay, guys. So dbutils means Databricks utilities, guys. Okay, dbutils means Databricks utilities. Okay, so dbutils it is a Python library. Okay, so it is a Python library provided by Databricks. So that allows users to interact with the Databricks environment and manages tasks like, so we can manage the task like, so without going to without going to ADLS, from Databricks only we can manage some task like. So here I will give some task. So what are the tasks? Accessing data in mounted storage. So mounted storage means, yeah, in last session we have seen, right? So we to connect with ADLS, we need to mount first. So we can access from the Databricks itself. We can we can manage the mounted ADLS. So I mean, without going to, I mean, without entering here, we can copy, we can remove, we can create folders. So we can perform many things from Databricks itself. So this so which okay, 1 minute. Yeah. So this dbutils, though this dbutils is a Python library, so it is provided by Databricks. So that allows us to developers to interact with the Databricks environment and manage tasks like, so first one, accessing and data in managed mounted storage, and next creating input widgets. So widgets we will go through widgets today. So widgets are nothing but, so dynamic variables. So dynamic values created inside the Databricks. So we can create input widgets, and also running notebooks programmatically. So what we can do, so we from this note, so let's think this is one notebook one. So we have created notebook two also. So from notebook two, we can run notebook one also. So we can import this notebook one to notebook two, and we can run in notebook two also. So we can run the notebooks programmatically, and yeah, accessing secrets, so keywords, keys and passwords, some sensitive information, we can create them as secrets, and we can access the secrets using dbutils. Okay, so we will anyone know about account key, I mean not account key, Azure Key Vault. So inside Azure Key Vault, what we will do, we will store our passwords and passwords and keys, right? So we can access them. So we can access those secrets using dbutils, dbutils.secrets.get. We can use. So we will discuss that one also, and then working with uh, job task values. Okay, and then yeah, so these are the some of the key features of these dbutils. We will discuss everything. Don't worry. So first we will see. So how can we access ADLS, and how can we what operations we can perform on ADLS using these dbutils, and what we can create some widgets. I mean dynamic parameters we can create inside Databricks. So we will see this one also, and we will create two notebooks, and we can run one notebook from other notebook, and we can exit. So once the data is not there, so no need to process transformation, right? So first thing will be data fetching, second one will be transformations, right? So if the data is not there, so then the no need to run this transformation block, right? So what we can do, so whenever there is no data, we can exit from that notebook, so that no need to perform transformation and loading and everything. So that one, so exit command also we will see. Okay, so everything we will discuss regarding this dbutils. So dbutils is nothing but Databricks utilities. It is provided by Databricks. Okay, so it is nothing but a Python library provided by Databricks that allows developers to interact with the Databricks environment and manages tasks like, so we can perform all these tasks from Databricks environment only. So first thing, what we can discuss. Yeah. So what type of widgets what type of utilities we have? One first one, mm, file systems, file system utilities, that is dbutils.fs. So dbutils.fs means file system. So file system is nothing but this one. We can perform many operations use for this. So we can use file system dbutils, and then secrets. For secrets, so dbutils dot secrets. Yeah, see here. So in Databricks Community Edition, we haven't got this one, intelligence. So if I write something here, it is giving right. So here you can see. So without typing, it is giving some intelligence. Yes, widgets we can create. That is dbutils dot widgets. Jobs. So for jobs also dbutils dot jobs, and notebooks. Okay, notebooks. Yeah, so notebook dbutils dot notebooks. So many are there. Okay, so see the good thing, clusters also. Yes, dbutils dot clusters we have. So the good thing with this Databricks is, so till now we worked on which environment, guys? Till now, so we have worked on which environment, which Databricks?
Cloud, sorry, community edition.
Yes, this is that is not a Azure's Microsoft Azure's Databricks. So that is community free edition. This one is Microsoft Azure, right? So inside Microsoft Azure, you can see the intelligence. So here, if we run something, if we write something wrong, so some code you written wrongly, then it will gives you correct code also. It will correct automatically. Databricks will it is going to correct the code automatically, and it gives the corrected code also. We will see. So first we will discuss file systems. So file system utilities. Okay. So file system utilities means some common functions are first one, list. So I want to see what files are folders inside input of ADLS. If I want to see, you can run this command dbutils dot fs dot ls. Inside this, we have to provide the path. So what path we need to provide? Mount slash input, right? Okay. What happened? Oh, okay, okay. Let's start it. Okay, 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 guys. Yeah, slash mount. Okay. Well, calling slash admit. Yeah, so here we need to provide DBFS also. So I haven't provided this one. So let's ask this. So let's give diagnosis as well. So what Databricks is saying. So I know. So we need to give DBFS here. I forgot to give. So let's see this. So it is going to fix this. Hmm. Okay. Mount input. Okay. Okay, so what was the problem? Because so we haven't mounted, right? This is the new cluster we have created. So to this cluster, we haven't mounted. That's why this is the problem. Let me open. So yesterday, if you see, we have mounted it to Databricks Community Edition, right? So we haven't mounted to our Azure Databricks. That's why this problem. I understood. Hmm. YQ67C3. Okay. Yeah. So which one? Which one we okay, workspace. I think CS group. Mm, partition. Wait, okay. Inside this, I guess. We have mounted the ADLS to Databricks Community Edition. We haven't mounted to Azure Databricks. That's why it is throwing error. Yeah. See, first we need to mount it. Input folder. So meanwhile, before mounting, so some are joined newly, right? So this dbutils is nothing but Databricks utilities. It is a Python library, so provided by that Databricks. So that allows developers to interact with Databricks environment, and we can manage this task like this. So from Databricks environment only, so we can perform some task like so we can access ADLS and we can perform some operations and we can create input widgets and we can run notebooks programmatically we can run and if we create secrets in Azure Key Vault we can access them using dbutils dot secrets dot get. So here dbutils dot secrets dot get. So and we can create jobs also. So okay, and we can work with clusters also. So first yeah, so let's run this. Yes. So inside this one, you can see. So inside input folder, we have these many files, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files and one folder we have. So it is showing same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 files and one folder. Folder name is Gopi. So what it does, so it lists files or folders inside the location. Whatever the path you provide here, ADLS path you provide here, that so under that folder, what are the files and folders are there? It is going to list down those folders or files. Okay, and we have, so if you want to make directory, so if you want to make a directory, okay, make a directory. I mean, we can create folder from ADLS itself. So how can we create? See, the good thing with this one is here you can see the intelligence. So I haven't typed anything. It is so make a directory. So it understood. Databricks understood. Oh, Gopi is going to create my directory. So it has given me the command. So inside input, we can create some bronze. So let's create this one. So to create directory, you can use this dbutils.fs. So dbutils.fs.mkdirs means mk make directory. So mkdirs you can use, and you can see here. So earlier we don't have bronze folder. So it has created for us at what time? 14th May and 9:21. At 9:21 it has created for us. So you can use dbutils.fs.mkdirs and we can create this what directory. Okay. Okay. So anyone tell me, so can I create this one output one? Can I create this directory? Will it create or it will throw error?
Error, sir, error. First, we can create a mount point.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So it will throw error because we have to create mount point. So mount point has not created for this one, right? So if I run this one, it is saying true. But if you go here, so it will be, it is not created. I mean, original, I mean, so really it was not created, but it will say true. It won't throw error, but it will not create. Here you can see. Okay, it is loading. So mount slash output one I have created, but in original it will not create. See, input and output are there. So no output one folder. Okay. So yes. So thank you, Shankar. So we need to create first mount point we have to create. Inside that mount point, you can create any folders. Okay. So you cannot create this one. Root folder we cannot create. So these are the root folders, right? So root folders we cannot create from this one Databricks itself. First, we need to mount this root folder. So under that root folder, we can create any number of folders. This one, let me mount output also. Yeah. And next thing, so if you want to copy file, so if you want to copy file from one folder to other folder, how can we copy? So see here, it is giving intelligence dbutils.fs.cp. Okay, mount input slash. So what folder we have, what file we have inside input, employees.csv. I have employees.csv, right? So employees.csv. I want to move it from this location to slash mount slash output slash, let me create one folder gopi1 slash employees dot csv. Let's see. So in output we don't have gopi1 folder, right? So inside, okay, in output we don't, oh, we already have, okay, gopi1 folder is there. Let me create gopi new folder. Okay, so it is not there, right? So let's run it. Yes. So copy. So Gopi new is not there. Now it has created Gopi new folder and it moved employees.csv to here. Okay. So without going to ADLS, so we can make all this from Databricks itself. And so it is copy. So if I want to move file, so how can we move file? So yes, dbutils.fs.mv. So dbutils.fs.mv means move. CP means copy. LS means list the files or folder. And mkdirs means make directory. Okay. CP copy. Move means MV. So I want to mount employees.csv file to gopi new one. So let me create one more folder, gopi new one. So let's run it. Yeah. So see here, Gopi new one is created now, and employees.csv file is here. And you can see inside input. So you cannot see this employees.csv. So employees.csv file is moved now. So moved means from input folder to output folder, it has moved. So from here it will get deleted and it is moved to that output gopi new one folder. Okay, so so we will do this one, in real time. These are these things we will not do, rarely we will perform these operations, but this one we will use daily. So why we use this one daily? So I think I already discussed it with you when I am teaching ADF class. So for what purpose we move one file from input folder to archival folder or other folders? If you remember, so I told you like data archival process, data cleanup process.
delete process, right?
While teaching delete activity, I told you. So it is very important. So once you process the file, so you have to move it to archival folder. So we will keep that one for 60 or 90 days. Then after that, we will delete that folder or file from archival folder so that we can clean up the space. We can clean the space availability. So that storage accounts space should be always available. So if we don't perform this move activity or delete activity from archival folder, what happens? The files will get to file up and the space will be less, and there will be less availability of storage. So yes, so
But will this archival can be done at the ADSL end? Like we can set up policies so that the files which are present landing in ADSL today is automatically moved to another
yeah. So
archival tag?
correct. So while
Or should we
writing,
do it
while
through this through programmatically?
correct, through programmatically, what we will do. So once we will process will be first step will be data ingestion, right? So after ingestion, after reading the file, so we'll transform the file data and we will load the data. So once the data process is complete at the end of the notebook, so what we will do, so we will move this processed file to archival file folder, and we will maintain one notebook. So we will create one notebook for deleting those, deleting the archival, inside archival folder, we will have these files now. So we will write a program that if the updated time, or we will maintain one column. So if the time is greater than 16 days, it will automatically delete those files. So we will do from notebook Databricks itself programmatically. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can move files. Okay. And then how can we remove a file or folder? So remove means deleting, right? So we have to delete the folder or file from this one, what? Archival folder. So we can remove using dbutils.fs.rm. RM means remove. So I want to delete the file from this one, gopi new one. Inside gopi new one, we have employees.csv, right? Here you can see output gopi new one. So we have employees.csv. I want to remove it. Okay, so there is no folder, right? File, right? That's why because we moved file from here to here. Okay, let's comment this one also because these are completed. Yeah, so true. So here we have employees.csv. Let me refresh this. So no blobs means it got removed. Okay. And yeah, so these are some of the useful dbutils functions for file system. So these are dbutils for file system. So one is to list down. So what are the folders or files you can use dbutils.fs.ls, and to make some directories inside mounted container, you can use mkdirs. To copy files from one location to other location, you can use cp. and to move files you can use MV, and to remove files you can use RM. Don't worry, so you will get help. If you want to know all this, you can type like dbutils.fs. So it will give you documentation. Go through this one, so it will have everything. So don't worry guys, so everything will you can see in this documentation. If you want to know, if you want to see only dbutils, then you can search like so help dbutils. So it will list down what type of dbutils you have. So everything it will list down. And if you want to see dbutils dot fs dot cp, so if you want to know so how this copy will work, so it will give you documentation for copy, so you can go through this. Okay, so yeah. And next one is widgets, dbutils widgets. So these widgets are nothing but, so whenever you want to parameterize notebooks na, then so you know what are the parameters inside ADF. Same like ADF, what is the purpose of parameter? So here we have widgets. So the parameters inside ADF and the widgets inside Databricks perform the same operation. So to parameterize notebooks, we can use this widgets. Okay, so let me create different type of widgets. Okay, dbutils dot, so you can take help of this dbutils dot widgets. It will give you all the documentation. You can see what type of widgets we have. So we have yeah, we have combo box type of widget, drop down widget, and get widget. Okay, and text widget we have. So yeah, so you can go through this documentation later. Let me create these widgets first. dbutils dot widgets dot text. So if I want to create some text type of widget, so you can give name, and the name can be some default. Let's run this. Here you can see, here you can see the widget set has created, and the name. So with the name is name only, and a default inside this one, a default. If I write like text, uh, text widget, and the name as hello world. See, so text widget and hello world. So okay, if you want to create some widgets, drop down widgets like dbutils dot widgets dot drop down. Okay, okay, yeah. So drop down. Let me not drop down. Let me use this job. Uh, Engineer role. Here you can have some list like, so one option can be engineer. No, no, no. So let me create not like this. Let me create like this one. Database. So we have many databases. Okay. So we have some databases. So I want to select. So I want to select databases. So first one can be DB1, and you can have DB1 and DB2 and DB3. Okay. Let's run now. See here, so it has created drop down. So it is drop down widget it has created, and the default one is DB1. So it has created with the database name is database, right? So it has created drop down widget with the name database, and the default one is DB1. If you want to run, if you want to work on database one, you can select as is. So, but someday later, tomorrow you want to work on database two, what you can do, you can select this DB2. And if you want to work on DB3, you can select this DB3. So let me, how to get it. So Gopi, we are creating how to use them. So you can, we can use them using dbutils dot widgets dot get. So we use get method, and we need to enter the name. So what name it is? Database, right? Let's enter database. See, so here it is selected database 3, right? That's why database 3. If I want to work on database 2 now, so what I can do, I can select database 2. So how can we select? So database, we can create one variable, and to this variable, you can pass this one, okay? And print database. See, so we can use like this. So if we want to work on this database too, so you can create one variable and assign this variable to this widgets.get, and you can use this drop down. Okay. So, and you can work on this database. Okay. Uh, you understood, right?
What is
The
the
purpose of
practical?
widgets.
Sir, I have a question.
Ah.
So, what is the practical use of this in production environment?
Yeah, I will tell you. So, okay. So here, instead of a database, let's think that we have URL. So the URL will be different for each environment, right? For dev environment, URL will be some HTTP dot dev dot something, right? For test environment, TST dot something, right? And for UAT dot something, right? So for pre-prod, it will be pre-prod dot something. Like this, we will have different, for different environments, different URLs will be there. So whenever you are moving our notebook from one environment to other environment, if I hard code, I am doing development in dev environment. If I keep dev environment URL, and if I do CI/CD process, the same code will move to test environment. So, but the hard coded value is what? Dev environment URL. So it will get fail and test environment and prod environment, right? If we hard code the dev environment URL. So instead of hard coding that URL, what we can do, so we can give URL here. So this name will be URL. Inside this URL, we can have 5 URLs, one with dev environment, one with test environment, one with UIT, one with pre-prod, other one with prod. And we can select. So in which environment you are working, you can select that variable and you can work. Understood? Sidhu? Okay. Siddharth? Okay, so we can have combo box, this one, combo box widgets. Mm, combo box means, yeah, dbutils dot widgets dot combo box, and we can create what? Combo box city. The name will be city, and inside this city, I will give Bangalore, and some options are inside that one. We have to provide some list of this, right? Yeah. Okay. So now it will create combo box for us. Here you see, so with city, it has created combo box, right? So you can select Bangalore here, and if you want to select here uh, Mumbai. If you want to select Mumbai, you can select. And if you want to select Delhi, you can select. So this one, when we can use. So if you are working in retail project, so if you have 3 stores, you have 3 stores. So for store one and store two and store three, so they are located at Delhi, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. Okay, let's think like that. So you want to do the analysis for Delhi city, Delhi. So you have store in Delhi, right? That store you want to do analysis. So how can you do? So you can create this combo box, and you can select this store Delhi, and you can process the data for only Delhi. So these are useful for. So this is nothing but parameterization, guys. So we can create, if we have 3 to 4 choices, so we can parameterize them, and we can so use them for parameters. Okay, and we have one more thing. What? Multi-select. If you, so you want to not, you don't want to select only one, you want to select multiple items at the same time. So what you can do, so dbutils dot widgets dot multi select. Okay. Mm, city new. Okay, let's create this one also. Yeah, so it has created city new, right? So here the default one is Bangalore. If you want to select one more thing along with Bangalore, you can select one more. And if you want to select Delhi also, we can select all these. If you want to select, if I have any n number of this one, we can select n number. So if you want to select only two, you can select only two. So now Bangalore and Hyderabad, Bangalore and Mumbai are selected. If you want to select only Bangalore, you can select this one. So this is multi-select. This one we use for multi-select. This one is like combo box, and this one drop down. Okay, so this one text kind of thing. This one also text kind of thing. So we will use them whenever we have multiple environments or multiple databases or something has to be parameterized. Okay, so then we can use these widgets. You may have seen linked service for the SQL database. There, so if you have six databases, maybe you think of in your project, you have six databases. So if you don't parameterize the linked service, so you need to create six linked service for the same SQL database, right? So instead of creating six different linked service, what you have done, so you have created one parameter there inside ADF. In linked service, you have created one parameter, that is linked service parameter. So the parameter name can be database. So in pipeline, from pipeline, you can give that database, right? So whenever you are working on pipeline one, you can give database one. Whenever you are working on pipeline two, you can give the linked for that linked service parameter. You can provide database two. So it is like whenever you have dynamic values, so the variable or the parameter is not hard coded. So if you want to use for dynamically, so the value will be changed. Today one value, tomorrow other value. If you want to change, in that scenario, we can use this widgets. It is nothing but Databricks parameterization. So you are connecting to this, right? So in link service, have you created different link service for different SQL databases, or only one link service you have created?
Different, sir.
No, no, don't create different link service for same SQL database. No need to create link service differently, right? So you can create you can use the link service parameter, and you can pass the database, whatever the database you want to use. So that database name you can pass every time. So no need to create different seven. If you have seven databases, no need to create seven link service. For the same link service you created for SQL database, so you can create the parameter, link service parameter, and you can use this, provide the database name which you are using in that pipeline. Same thing here. Same thing here. So if you have databases in this notebook, if you want to use a database one, database two, and database three, so what you have to do? So you have to create three values, and you have to what you have to do. So to connect to database, we need to provide how we can connect. We can connect through this one, right? What we call JDBC connection, right? So we have to create that JDBC connection three times. The code will be what? So you have to write this JDBC connection here in second cell, in third cell also. Instead of it, what we can do, we can use the in the same of that one, we can use the one variable. Like here we have used the one variable, right? Here where somewhere here we have used, yeah, database. You can use this variable there, and the variable will be this one, dbutils.widgets.get database. So if you want to work with the database one, go here and select database one, and you can run this one. So it will be connected to this. And if you want to connect to database two, just click on database two. So it will be what? It will be connected to database two, and it will run. So we can connect to database two. No need to write every time, and no need to use three variables. Okay, so no need to use SQL connection for three times. So understood, this is parameterization. And next thing, what? Mhm. Yeah. So, uh, Azure Key Vault we haven't created, right? Okay. So that thing we can discuss later today. So let's discuss. Let me create one new notebook. Delta tables. We will discuss delta tables. Okay. So what is delta table? So in Databricks, a delta table is a table format built on Apache Parquet. Okay. So this table, so what is the characteristics of Parquet file? So the Parquet file allows so schema validation. So you should provide the data type and column names. You need to create. So whenever we are creating the Parquet file, so that time the schema has to be created. The data should be structured, and schema also it has some structure. The data type and the column name should be as is, like table only. So inside SQL table, how we will give table name, column names. So if for CSV file, you can give that column name as first name, but for Parquet file you should not give this one. You should not give as a first name. We should not have space here for Parquet file. So either you can use underscore, or you can use like first this one, capital F, like this. So this one, what for Parquet file. So the delta table also, it is a delta table is a, let me write here. Delta table is a Databricks table format built on Apache Park. We have one session, guys. So there I will discuss on what are the characteristics of CSV, and what are the characteristics of Parquet file, and why we use CSV, and why where we use Parquet file and where we use CSV. What are the advantages of Parquet file and what are the advantages of CSV? Everything we will discuss. Don't worry. So it is Delta table is a Databricks table format built on Apache Parquet. Apache Parquet format is nothing but it has structure, schema we need to validate first. So the data type and everything we need to give so before. But for CSV file, so no need to, we won't give any file format, right? So it is like a text format only, text file only. So where the values are separated by commas. Okay, but in Parquet, human cannot read that file and human cannot create Parquet file. So if you open Parquet file also, you will not read. Okay, so we need special tools for this Parquet. Okay, so Delta table is a Databricks table format built on Apache Parquet. So, but with added features, it has some added features. Like, what are the features? So it supports asset transactions. So we will discuss this. What are ACID transactions? So ACID means atomicity. We will have one session on this one, guys. Atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability means atomicity means, so this one, the transaction has to be what? Mm, yeah, atomicity. What we can say? So either all operations in the transaction are succeed, or the all transactions in are failed. So you will get all, everything has to be passed or everything has to be failed. So not like half is completed, half is not completed, nothing like that. So either completed fully or not completed, zero. So either 100% completion or 0% completion. No half off. Okay, that is atomicity. Consistency means, so valid state before and after. So after and before and after, so it should be, the transaction should be in what, a valid state. We will set some rules, right? Right. So this one, so we will set some constraints, right? So it has to obey all the rules. This employee ID should not be null, and the age of the employee should be greater than 18. Some constraints we will keep, right? So it has to allow, it has to obey all the rules. Okay. And isolation means, so every transaction is isolated, it doesn't depend on each other. So it is like safe parallelism. And this one durability means, so once saved, always saved, I mean, so if power is shut down, something is collapsed, server is down, so whatever happens, so once it is saved means always saved it is. Okay. So it is like we can compare with this asset transaction, we can compare with this one, what, phone pay transaction. If you send 1,000 rupees to someone, so it should not be in a pending state. So it should be either cut, if it cut from our account means it has to be credited to that other account. So that is atomicity. Okay. So no pending state. So consistency means we will give, so the bank, if the bank balance is zero, so it should not go on below zero, right? Means zero, right? If the bank balance is zero, so PhonePe will say, so you don't have available amount. If you type 500, if your account balance is zero, if you want to send 500, it should not send. It should not send, and it should not give balance like minus 500. The threshold is zero amount, right? So below that one, so it should not send. Okay, that is consistency. They will keep this one. So if his balance is zero, so you have to say, so this balance is zero, so you don't have sufficient amount. So that is it, this one consistency. And then isolation means, so one transaction is independent of other transaction. So if you send 1,000 rupees to one person now and 1,000 rupees to other person, this one now, so both are independent of each other. And durability means, once we send now, so if the power failure or internet is unstable or anything happens, so once we send means send, it is sent. So for always it is sent permanently. So like this we can compare. So don't worry, if you understood now, it is well and good. If you are not able to understand, no problem, we have separate class on this one. So this delta table, so once we save the data, so once we write the data to delta table now, so the inside the delta table, so the data has to obey this asset transaction rule. Okay. And then yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, so time travel. I will show you guys what is time travel. So time travel means, if I run this that delta, if I write that data to delta table today, so the version will be zero now. So first time version will be zero, and if I run tomorrow, so it will be version one. So if I want to go back to zero now, to version zero, so we can go through version zero also. If something happened, some today some false data we got, and data corruption has happened, so what I want to do, so I want to go to previous state, I mean, so last run, so whatever may be the last run, to that state I want to go. So we have that version. So inside that version we can go to that version, and we can go to that previous state also. That is time travel means, so access to previous versions. So we will see this one also, access to previous versions. So this is possible with delta tables. Okay. And the schema enforcement. Schema enforcement means, today that one column is there, that is employee ID column. It is integer. So tomorrow inside that primary employee ID, it should not allow alphanumerical values. So today it is integer, right? So tomorrow also it has to be integer. If you get some alphanumerical values or string values or text values, what it will say whenever you are writing to that delta table, it will say, so primary key column is a this one integer type, so it won't allow other this one. So directly it will give data mismatch. Error is data mismatch. So the schema enforcement is there. And so efficient, we can perform efficient updates, deletes, and merges we can perform on this table. So let me create one delta table so that we can see all of this. Okay. So why we use this delta tables means, so to building data lakes with transactional support, we can for that purpose we will use this delta tables. And while we creating data pipelines now, so that are robust and scalable. So we can use, if we have created one delta table, that can be used by other developers, or it can be used by other teams, or it can be used by data scientists or data analysts. So we will store them as delta table. So delta tables will be stored here. So here we will store these delta tables from here. So those users who have access to this Databricks now, they can consume our delta tables. So if this whatever we are storing inside delta tables, if it is required, it is used for many other developers or other teams or data analysts or data scientists, they can consume from here. So for that purpose, we will create these delta tables. So whenever you are performing incremental load processing now, that time also the delta tables are very useful. I guess we haven't discussed incremental load concept, right? For this batch, we haven't discussed, right? Incremental loading.
Not cover, sir.
Yeah. So we will discuss. So these delta tables are useful. So whenever you are building data lakes with transactional support and creating data pipelines that are robust and scalable and used by other users, and if you are performing, if you are implementing any incremental load process, that time we can use these delta tables. Okay. So yeah. So we have two types of delta tables. One is managed and other one is external. Managed are managed delta table, also called as internal delta tables. So which are which need to be, so which will reside in our Databricks memory. So we have Databricks now. So inside Databricks memory they will store. So we will store them. So the important ones we can store inside this Databricks itself. They are called as managed or internal delta tables, and we can store the same delta tables inside ADLS. So we can store them in ADLS also. They are called as external delta tables. So external delta tables means we will store them inside ADLS or S3 bucket or somewhere. So it is external to Databricks. Those are external delta tables. If you store them inside the Databricks itself, they are managed delta tables. We will discuss both of these. So let me create one, this one.
Gopi sir, I have a question. So why they are called delta table? Delta?
Okay. So we have ADLS, right? ADLS is data lake storage, right? Data lake storage, ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage, right?
Yeah.
So data lake storage, it is a big storage pool. It allows all type of files, CSV files, text files, images, videos, any structured, semi-structured or unstructured. You can store anything inside this data lake storages. Okay, but inside Delta, so this Delta lake also built upon data lake only, but the only difference is this Delta lake is structured. It allows only structured data. That is the difference between data lake and Delta lake. Data lake is nothing but our storage account. It allows any type of data. So no need of maintaining schema, nothing is required for data lake storage. But Delta Lake is also storage pool, big storage pool only, but it allows only structured data. Schema and everything should be what this every file which we are writing to Delta table, it has to follow these feature, these characteristics. Understood?
These are like tables, which has primary key, foreign key, like that, or like it's a different type of table.
No. So it is like a table only normally. So how this SQL database, inside SQL database, how can we have these tables now? Same tables only. These are also.
They will have primary key, foreign keys, everything like that.
Primary key and no. So primary key and that type of, yeah. So if you want to create, so what we can do, so first you can create the table, delta table, and you can write that data to delta created table. Okay. So that is one type of creation. Otherwise, you can directly write the data frame to delta table. So it will create that type of that also. So if you want to make some constraints and primary key, and if you want to add foreign key, first we need to create the table first. So like, let me show you.
Yeah, please.
Percent, percentile SQL, create schema, Gopi. Till now we don't have any schema, right? Here inside Hive Metastore we don't have any schema. It is going to create 1 minute. Yeah, percentile create schema Gopi. See here. Hmm, it is taking some time. Waiting for active compute resource. Okay, so let it create it. Meanwhile, let me create some data frame and write it as a delta table. We can see here whether so we have created one schema, right? So you can create schema and you can create your own table, and to that table we can write the data. That also we will discuss. First, let me discuss this one, how to create delta table. Okay. Mm, okay, so inside input, uh, what we have, employees new.csv we have, right? Okay. Df, let me read that file. Df equal to spark.read.csv. Okay. And the path is slash mount slash input slash, what is the file name? Employees underscore new.csv. Employees underscore new.csv, and header equal to true, infer schema equal to true. Okay. Okay, let me display this one. Df dot display. Okay, we have this data. Let's check here. It is taking some time waiting for active compute resource, because today only we have created this now. That's why it is taking some time. Let it take. Okay, let me create. So okay, so we have created this data. So we let's think that we first we read that file, and we performed some transactions. Now you want to write the transform data into this one, what transform data to delta table you want to write. So how can we save as it as a delta table? So df dot write dot, and the format, so the format is delta. So on delta and dot mode, so you can, we have discussed different modes, right? So here let me create use override mode. And so now save as table. I want to save it as table. So where I want to save it, employees data. Okay, so let's save it. So here what we are doing, so we have input file, we read the data, and we performed some transaction. So the transformed data we want to write it into some delta table. So how can we write? So the format should be delta, and the mode, whatever mode you want to you choose, you can choose that mode, and save as table. So and save as table, and the table name is employees data. So we can see from here. Hmm, why it is taking this much time? Here you can see default schema and gopi schema, right? Which I have created a few minutes back, gopi. So inside the default schema, here I haven't created any schema. That's why it has saved inside this default. You can see inside default employees data is saved. Okay, here you can see what is that location. So user Hive, under Hive meta store warehouse. So here it has stored, and click on this employees data. Okay, so you can see the details. So what is the table type? Managed table type. It is the location. Okay, so you can see everything. At what time we performed this UTC 434, and the sample data you can see here. This is the data, sample data, and inside history you can see. So the versions. So I told na. So version we can have. So using this version we can retrieve the data. If I run one more time, if I write one more time this data, what happens? So it will create one more version. So now till now we have version 0, right? So at 10:04 p.m. So 10:04 p.m. We have version 0. Let's see. So I ran one more time. So it will create one more version. So if you want to go to historical, I mean, if you want to move to a previous state, what you can do? So you can you can access this version, and we can move to this version 1. So at 10:04 p.m. we ran one time. So that is version 0. So if at 10:05 we have ran this one, version 1. So using this user ID and version, we can go to this one, and we can retrieve the data, and we can go to previous state also. Here you can see everything, you can see, and the notebook, from which notebook we have run this. Okay, so the cluster ID, what is the cluster ID? And uh, you can see here. So the operation, so we have performed this create or replace, right? So that's what. So, and here you can see inside this one, Gopi, we have created just the schema. So I have created the schema, and we haven't created any table, right? So Sidhu, so same thing. If you want to create employees data table, let me create it. Hmm, how can we write? First, you want to create this table, right? Percentile SQL. We have created this one, right? And create table employees data one using delta. Using delta, right? It is sufficient, I guess. Yeah, here you can refresh this Gopi. Where is refresh? Refresh. Somewhere we should have this refresh. Okay. Hmm. It should have, okay. Uh-huh. Create table employees data. Okay, create table uh, Gopi dot. Okay, let's see here. See here. So inside Gopi, employees data one table is created. But I haven't given any columns or this one, how to give columns and how to add primary key and everything, right? So you can create delta tables like first you can create delta table first, and you can write to this table directly. Understood, Sidhu?
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
So just now what I did, so you know how to create table using create table and Gopi here, and you can provide some fields like employee ID and okay. Uh, employee ID integer, and it is a primary key, and you can create name, varchar 50, like this you can create, and whatever you want to write you can write, and using delta if you perform then it will be created. And to that one, so here what you will do, so df dot write dot format delta mode override save as table gopi dot employees data one. To this one you can store the data. Yeah. So the problem with this one is, so a schema mismatch detected and writing that to the delta table, because we haven't created the fields, right? Just I created the table, but I haven't passed this what fields. So what fields it has? Employee ID. Okay, ID, employee ID integer. Okay, next what we have? Name, varchar 50. Okay, next what we have? Country, country varchar 50, and last one departmental. Okay, department varchar 50. Create table, this one, 2. It has created, right? So I can write to this table. Fail to merge fields, department and department. Why? So here, let's see what is the department is integer here. What we have given here, department as varchar, right? That's why it got failed. Let me, Sidhu, you are making my no problem. So for understanding you, so how can we write this one? Yeah, department 3. So what we have done now, first we created the table, right? So gopi.employees data 3 table we have created first, and then so to the table we have written the data. Now you can see here. So gopi, let me refresh this. It is very important topics, guys. That's why, so if it is late also I am teaching you, because it has created employees data 3, and here you can see the data types and everything. Employee ID, name, country, department it has written, and here you can see, so employee ID is integer, name is varchar, country is varchar, and department is this one. Details you can see it is managed table, and history you can see we ran just now. Okay, so 2 times I ran, but first time it failed. It just created table, but the data has not passed, right? So yeah. So understood how to create this managed delta tables. Directly you can write without creating the table. You can directly write here. So how to write it? Let me show you. So what? What we can do? Gopi. Chebrolu. So if I write, so I am not creating the table now. So, okay. First I need to create the schema. Percentile SQL, create schema, Gopi Chebrolu. It has created the schema, and to that schema. So first I created that schema, and inside that schema I am writing directly the data frame I am writing. Here you can see I haven't created any table under this Gopi Chebrolu. If you can see here. So you can create managed delta table 2 ways. One way, directly writing the data frame to the delta table. And other way, first you can create the schema and table. See here, Gopi Chebrolu. So implies data 3. So just now, 31 seconds back, I have written same data I have written. And the history also you can see. So at 10:14. And one more thing, so you can create the schema first, and you can create the table first, and to that table you can write directly. So both ways you can write. First, you can create schema and directly write the data frame directly to the table without creating table externally. So second way is first creating the table and writing the data to this table. Whatever you have created to that table, you can write the data. So two ways it is possible. Any doubts till here? Because it is very important topic for data engineers. So that's why I'm taking this much time. So managed delta tables means so we can write them to directly on the Databricks. So they can be managed in Databricks only. Okay, inside Databricks memory they will store. Okay, and you can create them two ways. So first one, you can directly write the data frame to the directly creating the delta table from the data frame. Other one, first you can create the schema, and next you can create the table, and you can create everything, and next you can write the table to this created data table. So two ways it is possible. Directly without creating table, you can write to directly delta table. Other one, so first you can create the table and to this table you can write. So everyone, six people are there. So if you understood, I will move to external delta tables. So everyone understood, right? This one. So whatever we discussed so far about delta tables, you understood, right? Because it is very important topic, guys. Just give thumbs up or yes or something. So in the chat or somewhere, if you give, so then I will be happy.
Gopi sir, some
Yeah,
little doubt is
yeah,
confusion.
yeah.
Why use for creation delta different method?
What for?
Uh, for creation of delta table, why
Ah,
use different type of method?
different type of method means?
Means first we can create by using schema and then create by using the SQL table like that.
Yeah, that's what I told two ways. First one is directly writing the data frame to the delta table. A save as table you can write and you can create this table. That is first method. Other method is creating the table first and writing to the created table. Same, both are same. So here what we are doing, so we are writing without creating the table, we are directly writing to this one, delta table. And the other way is Sidhu asked me. That's why I taught this. Otherwise, I don't want to confuse you. Okay, but what we can do, so we can create the delta table first. To this created table, we can write this this data frame. So that is second method. Both are same.
Okay, in first method we map the data type.
No need to map because already, okay, so here you can see the data frame itself has some schema, right? The same schema will be transformed to delta table. Here also, if you see integer, string, string, integer, right? So the same schema we have enforced here. Integer, varchar, integer. In SQL, we don't have string. We have either character or varchar only. Na?
Yes, yes.
Same, both are same. So here what we are doing, so here in first case, without creating the table, we are directly writing the data frame to delta table. That is first method. So everyone will use that one only. So if you want to give primary key, some constraints or some foreign key, if you want to make it, then you have to first you need to create this table. This is also good method. So discussing this one also very good because in this case, first case, we are not able to make anything, any column as
Yes,
primary key, right? So we
yes.
should not create any foreign key and we cannot create any constraints on any columns, right? So without any constraints and without any primary key, if you want to create as delta table, that one you can create. And the second method we discussed because so in this method what you can do, so you can enforce some primary keys, you can enforce some foreign keys, you can enforce some what constraints and then create the delta table. Understood?
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Sidhu, you understood now? Okay. So let me this is what If you are compatible with SQL na, so what you can do, so percentage SQL, so you can select the data, select star, so select star from what, Gopi Chebrolu dot employees dot three. We have this table now, so you can directly use SQL and you can see the data. If you want to, if you are comfortable with SQL also, you can read the data using SQL also. Just to give the, this is the schema name, guys. So first one is schema and second one is table name. So here, if you don't provide, yeah, go here, we will discuss. If you don't provide any schema means it will be default. It goes to default. Okay. Let me open this. Yeah, here you can see. So if you don't give any schema name, it goes to default. If you give some schema, create schema using that SQL, if you create some schema name, it will create some schema name with Gopi. So I have created two schemas with first name Gopi and other name is Gopi Cheprol. So inside this schema, you can create any number of tables. Inside this schema, you can create any number of tables. So if you don't give any schema name, so the table will be inside default. So what is the schema, you can ask me. So some developer, he is working on some application, BizTalk. So he can create the schema with BizTalk and he will create his all related BizTalk related tables here. And some person is working on maybe LinkedIn. So he can create the schema with LinkedIn and all the LinkedIn related tables will be here. And some person is working on Facebook. So he can create Facebook schema and inside that one, all related Facebook related schemas can be reside there. So that is the schema. So this is the schema and these are the tables. If you don't give any schema, then they will reside in this one, default schema. It is very slow today. We have discussed internal or managed delta tables, right? So let's discuss external delta tables also. So what is external delta table? So internal delta table means it is inside to internal to Databricks. So on top of Databricks only, we can create those delta tables. They are internal or managed delta tables we call. So external delta tables means, so external delta table is a delta lake table only, but the data is stored in an external location, so such as ADLS, S3 bucket, or in some other external storages. So here we are using ADLS, right? So here we can store the delta table inside ADLS. That is external delta table we call. Okay, so let's see. Let's create one, this one, and okay. Mm, Let me use this same data frame, df.display. Yeah, so same data frame. I'm okay. Let me write. So how can we create some delta table as external means same internal, same like internal only. So first what we will do, df dot write dot formats. Format will be same delta only, and the mode. So you can give any mode you want to. So the saving mode, it will be your choice. It will be requirement. As per requirement, we will do mode overwrite only. And first we will save somewhere. So save, so we are not saving as table now, we will save as delta file only. So let me save it as mount slash output slash ext inside external file I want to save. Okay. Let me see, check. Okay, so inside output with ext, folder name as ext. I don't know why it is very slow today. Yeah, so it has created inside external, right? So inside external. So this is the what delta this one delta file. Let me open this one. You can see delta log. So the file is saved as delta. So we have to make it as external delta table. I will show you how to make it. Hmm. Yeah, you can see. So I told now delta table is nothing but it is built on Apache Parquet. So it is delta file only, but it will save in Parquet format. So we cannot read, human cannot read it. So how to make it, Gopi? You have saved this data, but how can we make it as a table, delta table? So first we need to save it in some external location as delta format. It will be saved in a Parquet format. Okay. Then so what you can do, Spark dot, you can use what percentile SQL. Okay, so create table. We need to create table now. So create table employee underscore external using delta location, using delta and location we need to give. So the location is this one, right? This location. Yeah, let's run this. So inside this location, we have delta. So delta file. So this delta file we made as external table now. Let's check employee external table now. Go here and let me refresh this. Hmm. See here, so I haven't provided any schema, right? So here, while creating the table, I haven't provided any schema. That's why by default it will store inside employee external only. So employee, I mean default case only. So it created with employee external. But you can ask me, Gopi, both employee external and internal tables both are saving here only. So you can see the details. It is external table, right? And this one earlier we have created, that is internal, managed or internal. And this one is external. And you can see the location also. So where inside mount, inside output, inside external, inside employees data. But these files, are internal to this one. What? Internal to this Databricks. Internal user, hive, warehouse, employees data. But this one inside what? External location. And everything is same. Everything is same. So sample data, then the history, everything remains same. Only the change is, so this file, this data will be stored inside the external location, this location, and managed delta tables directly stored in the inside the Databricks memory. That is the only difference. So except that we don't have any this one. We don't have any difference for this internal and external delta tables. So you understood, right, how to create internal and external delta tables. Just here, if you don't provide a location, if you don't provide this location, it will be what? It will be a managed table. If you provide location means, if you provide out external location, it will become external table. That's it. Okay, so here also for internal tables, you will write as dot mode override save as table, and the table name you will pass instead of location, path location. You will provide directly the this one what table name like this. Here we have now. For managed delta tables, you will provide save as table and the table name you will provide. But for external table, you will provide the location path, and so you will create the table name and you will provide location here. This is the only difference. So apart from that difference, we don't have anything. So why we create them as external delta tables? Because they are more secure. So if the server is down, if something happens to this Databricks, someone deleted this Databricks, or someone deleted the cluster, or someone deleted this delta tables, so then it is very difficult to restore them. But if you create them in ADLS, ADLS deleting is very difficult. So infra people will not give delete options to everyone. And if you delete in one region, we have the same data in other primary Azure region. So we can get back the data. Okay. So due to any natural calamity or server down or power shutdown, so if you if you lose this data, there is a possibility of losing the data on managed delta tables. But it is not possible on external delta table. It is more secure. And one more thing, if you want to migrate this tables from one environment to other environment, so managed delta tables we cannot transfer, because these are internal to Databricks, right? These Databricks, so we cannot transfer them to other Databricks. But what we can do, so we can transfer to this other Databricks also. We can access this location and we can create the external tables in that one also, in the other environment also. So if you want to migrate these tables, manage delta tables, it is not possible. So to migration of external data table, it is possible, because so we will have the data in ADLS. So we can connect from that other Databricks to this ADLS, and we can retrieve this data. Understood what is the good thing about external delta table? So external delta tables are more secure compared to this one in managed delta tables. And so if you want to migrate the data from managed delta table, it is difficult. Not difficult, it is not possible. So, but from external delta tables, we can migrate the data, because the data is actually stored in ADLS instead of Databricks. So we can transfer the data from one environment to other environment. Understood, guys? Because first time we are discussing everything now, so it may be confusing, or it may be a little bit confusing to you. If you go through this recording and if you practice, so these all things you will understand once you have a hands-on. So play around this creation of internal delta tables and external delta tables, you can understand better. Yeah, so if you have any doubts, we can discuss.